As a business owner, you will reach a point in time where you will have to manage multiple clients, projects, and goals, where you have to make time to work on and progress them all simultaneously at the same time. And if you don't make time to work on all of these projects, you might struggle to hit your goals, and maybe even worse yet, lose out on opportunities and money. But the thing is, when you tried using a simple to-do list and you write down all the things you need to get done, it just overwhelms you and stresses you on the amount of things you need to get done. But you just find yourself doing one task, then hopping to another task, trying to do another task, but not actually completing any tasks on your to-do list. And on the opposite side of things, when you try to look at learning a more robust and complex project management software, it feels like it's just another project or goal on your list to juggle compared to all the other things that you already need to get done. Therefore, what most people actually need is a simple productivity system that allows them to, one, plan out the things they need to get done in time and make time for things that matter, and two, actually get work done faster. So in this video, I want to walk you guys through my simple science-based productivity system that I've used personally and with other six-figure other entrepreneurs to help them manage multiple clients, projects, and goals and get work done faster. Real quick, if you want a PDF copy of the system I'm going to go through in this video, you can click below in the description to grab it. All right, so there are two principles you need to understand in order to make time for everything and actually accomplish everything. Number one is we need to figure out a way that allows us to get work done faster, because if we get work done faster, then we have more time to get other things. And then number two, we need to figure out a way on how to figure out what we need to focus on, prioritize it, and actually get the work done. So in general, your productivity or whatever you want to work on depends on having clear goals, exactly what you're going to work on, and then using those goals to create projects, to prioritize your focus or the series of tasks that you need to do to accomplish projects, and then maintaining daily work sessions. And the system looks like so. First, you'd have clear goals on the left side. Then from your goals, you'd craft a project list, or if you work with clients, so this would be your list of clients. And then from your project client list, you'd have a list of tasks from the projects. And then from the task list, we'd put that onto your calendar. We'd schedule things on the calendar. And then on the calendar, we go into even more micro level. On the specific day, we have focus sessions blocked out, which is basically periods of time where you have zero distractions, zero multitasking, and 100% focus. Now, in order for you to understand, there's one thing I want to go over is how do you actually complete work faster? Because you could use this to plan, but then if you don't understand the intricate details on how to actually get work done faster, then this won't really benefit you as much. So before I dive into all of this and how to actually use it, first thing I want you to understand is the concept of flow. So the concept of flow is making sure that you focus on one thing at a time, complete the work before you work on something else. It is not multitasking, no multitasking. And the reason why we don't multitask is because there's research papers showing that multitasking actually splits the brain into two. You don't actually put 100% focus on one task. Your brain splits into two, so it's 50-50. And that is very inefficient in terms of getting work done. You're not using 100% of your brain power, using 50% of your brain power. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to focus on one thing at a time, and that is what flow is. And there's research papers showing that people that get into flow are 500% more productive. And this is the key thing we want to implement into our workflow, is because this is what's going to allow us to make more time for other things. Okay, so I want to explain two symbols over here that's going to help explain the system a little bit better. So let's say a task is a circle, and to complete a task, you'd basically fill it up. When you work 100% on a task, this is what happens. You fill it up, and that's a completed task, like so. So a circle is a task, and let's say a project is a square or a box. So whenever you work with multiple clients and projects, each of these projects and clients will have a series of tasks that you need to do to complete it. So like a project, there's going to be task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when you complete all these tasks, then you officially complete a project. So this is why when you work, you want to figure out what are all of the tasks, like so, what are all the tasks over here for this specific project, and then from each, from the tasks, and then from the list of tasks, you want to make sure that you focus on one task at a time. So let's say this is your work session. This is when you're working now. This is when you're working now. You'd focus on one task at a time. And then once that task is completed, it's done, then you only bring in the next task. So this concept is called flow. It's making sure that you flow things to completion, things are getting shipped, and you focus on one thing at a time. And this way of working makes you 500% more productive. And again, what you don't want to do is, no matter how many things you feel like you need to get done, you do not want to multitask. Multitasking ruins your productivity, and it actually makes you get work done slower, which makes you more stressed and makes you even harder to find time to get things done. So this concept is very important, is focus on one thing at a time and no multitasking. Now, with this concept in mind, we're going to implement this onto our overarching system. Now, first part is you'd start with having clear goals. Now in this video, I'm not going to explain exactly how to come up with clear goals. I have another video on my YouTube channel explaining exactly how to break down your vision down into clear goals, so you can watch that. But this video, I'm just going to show you how to implement this workflow so you can manage everything, so you can make time for everything. So first things, from the goals, you're going to get a group of projects or client work that you're going to work with so you can reach your goals. So it would look like so. So you put that down first. And then next thing, what you want to do is you want to basically sort these based on high impact to low impact, these projects or clients. Because there's going to be some projects that are more important than others, and some client that requires more attention than others and is more urgent. Those are the projects that you want to put in front and prioritize. The reason why you want to prioritize is because we want to make sure that we spend our time and energy on what is high leverage first, or priority right now, so that we make sure we make time for things that is not a priority later, and actually things get done on time. Okay, so first you're going to have sorted high to impact, and then from these projects and clients, you're going to basically write down all of the tasks into a super task list, which I like to call over here super task list, which has everything in it. All of your tasks are going to be pulled up into this task list like so. Like I'm going to take this from client 1 or project 1, project 2, and then project 3. I'm just going to put it all down into a task list. Now, here's where most people stop, because this is kind of like a to-do list. And the first mistake people do with a to-do list is first they don't prioritize it based on impact. So that's the first thing you want to do here, is prioritize based on high impact to low impact. And the reason when people don't prioritize based on high impact to low impact, they just work on whatever's first on the list. And sometimes what is first on the list is completely junk, useless. It's not going to actually move your goals forward or do anything. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you prioritize it, sort it based on high impact to low impact, so you know exactly what is a priority right now, what is going to move things forward, and you spend your time and energy, focus that on what's going to move things forward. Okay, so that's a to-do list. Now, second mistake is where people stop, is they just stop here with the to-do list. And then this is a big mistake, because when you look at a big to-do list or a task list like this, number one, it's going to overwhelm you. You're going to feel like, oh, there's so much stuff to do, there's not enough time. And then number two is just going to confuse you, because when you sit to work, you're going to be already overwhelmed and stressed. You're just going to pick the easiest task on the list to get work done, when instead you should be working on the highest priority task, which is important now, not what is easy. Okay, so this is why just using to-do list isn't good. And number three, actually, another third reason is because you're going to look at this and you're going to think multitask. Which two tasks can I do at the same time? And then if we already know that when you do multitasking, it completely ruins your productivity. So this is not where you want to stop. The next step is very important, which is going to actually help you focus. Next step is you want to actually schedule these tasks onto your calendar and have a specific time when you're going to get them done. So let's say all of these tasks, you then schedule them onto your calendar like so. But before scheduling your calendar, you want to make sure you have specific focus times during your day that you use every day to get work done. So you want to make sure you actually have focus sessions and focus times where you have zero distractions, zero multitasking, 100% focus consistently at several days of the week or every single day of the week. And then from here, we go back and figure that out on your calendar. And then we schedule in all the tasks on the times that you're free on your calendar like so. So let's say this is client work 1. These are all priority. That'll be on Monday. The next task would be on Tuesday. Now this would depend on the amount of time you have available to focus on each specific day. Let's say, for example, Friday or Thursday, you're a little bit more free, you don't have client calls, you don't have admin work, whatever, because you're a busy entrepreneur, you have more time, then you could schedule more tasks on there. So depending on the day, what you have planned, what days you have in the theme of a day, you make sure that the task that you're assigning is relevant to that day and the time that you have available on that day. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that you have the capacity to work on 2 tasks every single day. So it would be like so. So you take from your task list and then you'd take the 2 tasks and put them on each separate day, like so. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it would be like so. So go like here and like here, you'd schedule that on your calendar. Now, one tip here, a big mistake that people do is when they set days to work on a specific project, so this is project, right? This is project 1. These tasks are project 1 over here, right? I do this intentionally because this minimizes context switching. If I were working on project 1, 2, 3, and then I would have random tasks at random times, that's going to get you multitasking. You're going to have a lot of open loops. When you work on project 1, you're going to be thinking about project 2. When you work on project 2, you're going to be thinking about project 3. And that's going to really take away from your focus in terms of getting focus work done and actually completing a project and getting through all of the action items required to complete the project. So ideally, what you want to do here is, if you're going to focus, make sure you batch the tasks that are similar to the same project so you can actually complete projects in the complete tasks quicker in a project, and that actually gets you more time. So it would be like so. So project 1, I'd make sure I get that done first, and then specific days on my focus sessions, I focus on one specific project. I'm not hopping from project 1 to project 2 and making myself confused and wasting attention and resources on context switching. Okay, so you do that. And then let's say, for an example, let's say on Wednesday, something comes up and then project 3 becomes a priority. So what you could do is you could just take this and then reschedule for the next day, and then take that and reschedule to the previous day. So it's completely flexible. You need to know how to manage your calendar and how to move tasks onto specific days so you can make sure you get things done on time. Now, this could be used on any calendar app. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the principles that you use, not the specific app. I personally use this on Notion. I like it best. I've seen some people use this on Google Calendar. Some people use this on Notion Calendar and different apps. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is you use this process so you can actually get work done. Then, now, final step is when you have these things scheduled, how do you actually get work done? You get it done by having focus sessions and specific focus times with 0 distractions, 0 multitasking, and 100% focus. So if you sit on your desk, you pretty much are clear on what you need to focus on for the day. So these are the 2 tasks. I sit on my desk, I'd focus on one task over here. I put my attention, 100% attention, focus on that. And then once that's done, then only then do I work on the next task. Then I start filling up this task, working on it, 100% focus. Then I'm done. And what happens here is I'll complete these tasks. They'll be checked off on my calendar. And then the next day comes along, I do the same thing over again. I do the same task. And again, you want to make sure you're working on the same project, not on 2 different projects, because there is going to be a context switch. If I'm doing the same type of task in the same project, these tasks are connected, and it's very easy for me to continue working onto the next task. And it's logical. I'm taking the wins over here, the momentum I'm building over here, and I'm taking that to the next task, which makes me get work done faster. Now, if I had a completely different project, I would need some time, some attention to acclimate to the new environment, to the new context, and I wouldn't really have momentum into going to the next task, which is going to significantly slow me down in terms of getting work done, and it's going to give me the stress feeling where I have so much work to do and I need to do that, So it's very difficult working multitasking. This is why focus and flow is very important, and making sure that you implement it into a productivity system like so helps you manage time to get everything done and makes your life significantly less stressful. And an outcome of this, actually, when I set this up for my clients, is we realize that we don't actually need to work longer hours because we know how to actually focus and get work done. We can get work done by noon, like by midday. We're pretty much done with work. And then with the impactful work for sure. And then if required, we have the whole afternoon to spend like on calls or admin work Or if you're smart and you outsource all of that and you have your business set up in a way where it's leveraged, you can just have free time here to do what you want. Free time. So this is why this is super powerful, making sure you understand how to implement flow, and you have this nice system where you prioritize your projects, your tasks, you schedule on the calendar, and you actually execute with focus sessions. This really allows you to manage everything and get everything done. Doesn't really matter if you run a 9 to 5, if you're a busy entrepreneur. This system will work for everyone because we focus on principles, not on specific tactics for a specific person. Now, if you enjoyed this, and you want more information, you want more insights on how you could get more work done with less, feel free to join my email list. Link is in the description. I send a daily insight on how you can get 8 hours of work done in 2, and still grow your business. I'll see you there in the email list.